We are live. Hello, everybody. I'm Polly Annie, and I'm here today with Ginger Lei, NFT creator on the Triple X Nifty platform. And we're going to talk today about NFTs in the adult space. And yeah, I'm so happy to have you here, Ginger. How are you today?
I am great. Thank you for asking. Happy to be here. So excited about this.
Sweet, sweet. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about why we're here talking, my kind of vision with this NFT Talks show, and then we'll get into talking about your NFTs and your work.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so I want to start this sort of show where I can talk to other NFT creators that are in the adult space so that I can hear about their work, give them a chance to talk about what they're doing and to spread the word. And yeah, so I'm just really excited. Normally I'm socially awkward and shy, but I want to talk to other people who are doing what I'm doing, which is making adult NFTs. So that's kind of the purpose of this show. And yeah, so let's just get right to it. So tell me about yourself. Tell me about your work. And
okay, so those of you that don't know, my name is Ginger. I'm a content creator, webcam performer, mostly on Chatterbait. I do a little bit of streaming on Twitch sometimes, mostly Chatterbait. And I recently started doing some painting in my broadcasts on Chatterbait, and people were like, "Have you ever heard of NFTs?" And I was like, "No, what is that? Never heard of it." And now I'm an NFT creator, essentially. I started looking into it. It was really interesting, super cool, very creative. Definitely think it's the future of art.
yeah, that's so cool. You're a painter too and paints on your cam shows. That's what I do as well. We'll have to collaborate sometime. Maybe we can get a painting and one of us can start it and then send it to the other one, and we can that'd be so neat. Triple X Nifty people, would you like to see that?
Yes.
Collaboration, that'd be dope. Okay. So how long have you been in the adult space?
Well, I started webcamming on my free cams back in 2012. So I was camming out of the dorm rooms at college. And then I took a break for a while and worked in some other industries for a little bit, and then came back to this full time about 3 years ago under a new alias, and have been doing that full time ever since.
Oh, sweet. That's a lot of experience. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Almost a decade. That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some things that I've been doing for more than a decade. I'm like, how? How am I even that old?
Because you're an artist as well. So how long have you been in the adult?
2 years.
2 years? Okay.
Yeah, so I've been an artist my whole life, but my art has taken me down the path of erotic art, and then that led to
the rabbit hole.
Yeah, so.
And you do digital art mostly, and painting, or?
I do paintings, and then I also do digital art, paintings, and vinyl art. I work with adhesive vinyl, sticker material, and make collages. I'll have to show you guys sometime. I need tech upgrades. I can't make anything new until I upgrade my equipment, but
I used to do some vinyl work myself, and it is definitely tedious seating out.
Yes, that's so cool. You've done vinyl work before. It's fun. I find it kind of so my paintings are always super abstract because the vinyl work is so tedious, and you have to be precise and careful. And so when I paint, I'm like, makeup on.
Exactly. All my painting is just abstract as can be.
I was checking out your drop on Triple X Nifty, and I saw that one of your NFTs came with a painting, and that was actually my favorite, just like the NFT itself. And then I saw it came with the painting, and I was like, "What? That's so cool."
My favorite one as well.
Oh, so nice.
Spill art.
Huh?
So take a cup of acrylic paint and you kind of spill it on, and then take a spatula of sorts. And
I have never done that before.
It's so relaxing and fun. Like that kind of painting, you would like this. And I just threw glitter all over it. And
yes, I noticed the glitter. I was so pleased with how the glitter came out in the photos. I was like, you could tell it has glitter on it.
And this is my first time learning how to do digital art too. So working with Photoshop and different programs on my computer, and it's challenging.
It is. It is. Photo editing is so much fun. And that's like when I got into NFTs, I started like really getting into photo editing because I was like, oh, how can I take my photos and make them like really spectacular and mix them with the art? Like similar to the piece that you had, the sunrise glisten. It was beautiful. And I use an app called Photo Leap on my mobile, and like I found it much easier to use than Photoshop. I use Photoshop as well, but for different things. But Photo Leap has been my jam
I'll
for
remember that one. Totally.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty user friendly and a lot of capabilities. So when were you first exposed to NFTs? Like, what was the first time like you ever heard about it or saw them?
So it was definitely my viewers in my Chatterbait stream were the ones who told me about it. And I do have a boyfriend, and he's really into like crypto and stuff like that. I didn't know much about it, so I didn't even know much about NFTs to begin with. So I started doing my own research, and that's when I found Triple X Nifty, and I saw they were going to the virtual XBiz Miami. So I was able to connect with the developers there and talk to them more about it and learn a lot of new stuff about it because I really didn't know at first.
Yeah, it's a lot to learn. But it's not really that hard. Like once you get it, like it just when people say non-fungible token, I feel like that's where you lose people. So when I explain NFTs, I don't even say non-fungible token. I'm like, what it stands for isn't really important. That's just gonna make you more confused. Like,
What is fungible?
yeah, exactly. That's a whole nother like rabbit hole. I remember the day where fungibility clicked for me because I'd been thinking on it for months, and then one day I was like, I get it. I get it. I still don't know if I can explain it very well, but I do
Yeah.
understand it.
And I love everything about it. Like the way that, I don't know, it just makes art like so authentic. You know what I mean? Like it can't be re-edited. It just stays how it was intended to be.
Yes, the immutableness of blockchain is fantastic. And the transparency. I think it's so cool that we can create an NFT and we can see every time it changes hands.
Yes.
Like if I ever, if I sell this painting, I'm probably not going to get to see, you know what I mean, its journey through, its life. But even like the next generation will still be able to see the journey of those things, and that's pretty cool.
That and you can see all the places that it travels like in the world. Like we were joking in the Telegram because one of my NFTs has like a very personal item. I don't know if I'm allowed to say on YouTube and Twitch what it is, but it's very personal. And we were just joking that it would get to travel to Australia before me, and and then someone else would buy it and they would take it somewhere else I want to go. I was like, that's cool because I mean, without NFTs, you wouldn't know where it would end up.
Yeah. So tell me okay, so you got into NFTs from XBiz Miami. That's cool. And we're so glad to have you. So tell me about like your pieces and your drop.
A big learning experience. So I had 5 pieces total in the drop, and there's 3 remaining. So I'm happy that 2 sold. And the 2 that sold, the sunrise one, which is the one that's the painting and Photoshop mix, that one sold. And then like a black and white self-portrait sold. And then the really naughty ones didn't sell as much. So I thought that was interesting. Maybe something I'll do in the future is lean more to the artistic side than the super naughty.
Yeah, well, you have to think, at this time, with this all being still so new, it's who's buying NFTs. And a lot of the people who are collectors currently are buying NFTs are coming from the art world and the
Yeah.
art. And so they do appreciate that, like, kind of artistic element of it. But I think in the future, there's going to be more of a customer base for the super naughty NFTs. But I noticed that as well, that I had much better success, like, with my less naughty NFTs, not just on Triple X Nifty, but just kind of like across the board, which is something like interesting. But
That was really interesting. Just sorry. It's been storming here all week, and my dog is not.
Oh,
Protect me. You're fine, baby.
it's probably so loud for them, and they don't understand what it is. And they think the world's ending or something.
It was right as I was going to log in, and I just heard it start downpouring outside. I'm like, of course. So if you hear any thunder, don't be shocked, you guys.
So I'm curious about your like creative process. Like I'm a process and strategy nerd. So like creating NFT strategies. Oh, hi puppy. Oh, he needs hugs.
We've got you. We've got you.
So I'm process and strategy nerd. So I have a really fun time coming up with like NFT strategies and just like I enjoy like that part of the process. So I'd like to hear about like how did you take like what you do, your content, and then come up with like what things, extra things, or what prices to charge, or even how to present that, in the form of an NFT.
So being that this was my first drop, and the developers were like, well, when can you have your drop by? And I was just like, oh, next week. I didn't plan it out as much as it just got me excited. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I knew what I had to work with at the moment, and now it's like all I can think about. What am I going to do for my next one? I learn something new or do something creative or different, but still being true to myself and my fan base and everything. But so now I'm brainstorming the next drop. But this one was really just my first one, and trying kind of working with what I've got. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun with it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's always a good strategy. Work with what you've got. Work
Look
with
around.
like what do you already have to offer? What are you already doing? And then how can you kind of bundle that together and make it like an item?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how my creative process worked on that one. But I think the next one, I want to learn some more art techniques and use different programs, do something a little more artistic and probably less, I don't want to say less sexual, but just more artistic for the next, I think.
I thought that the sunrise glisten piece was really beautiful. So like really good job with that. I'm excited to see like more like Photoshop skills improve and more paintings, and it's cool.
And that was my first time using Photoshop as well with that painting, so that one was my favorite. Mixing the painting with the actual picture, like I was really proud of it. It took me forever.
Well, it was really beautiful, and congratulations on your sales. I was really happy to see people buying them. That's so fantastic. So we have some comments here. Hello from Russia. Can the model make high quality XXX NFT content by herself, or do you need a team of designers and crypto specialists? Well, I personally make all my content and designs by myself, and every platform does it a little bit different as far as like the minting process and the creating, like actually getting it live. So no, you don't need a team of designers. That's the whole point of NFTs and crypto and blockchain. It is the tools and the tech for everybody. Everybody from the smallest creator to the biggest celebrity. Everybody can use these tools, and you don't have to have anything special. I create from mobile. Like I'm a 90% mobile creator. Everything I do pretty much done on my mobile devices. I actually have 3 different mobile devices. That I use, and that's just kind of been my jam. So it makes it more accessible for people who have limited resources, or just don't have the access to a team of designers, or a thing. And that's like one of the things I love so much about NFTs is how it can really give everybody a chance to monetize in a new way in their work. So and then MH says Ginger Lei loves dogs. Now I love her much more. We'll buy more. But buy NFTs. The Triple X Nifty site is now accepting the NSFW tokens as payment for the NFTs, which is super exciting. So if you're an investor in the token, you can now buy the NFTs using those tokens, and that's a really exciting development.
I just bought my first crypto NSFW.
Yay!
I'm excited. And I think that's awesome too, that you can buy content with it. And the future of that, whether they decide to work with webcam companies or other adult sites, like the possibilities are endless with that.
Yeah, and we're so early. Like this
Yeah.
is all so new. We're such like pioneering this space. And so you guys as, you know, anybody who's watching, anybody who's viewing this, as like people who support models like us and support creators, like if you have ideas, like feel free to share them, you know, because we're all building this space together based on what is going to make a better experience for everybody. So this is a great time to like share ideas and to be innovative, and things are going to just keep on developing more and more and more. So congratulations to everybody who is here, because we are so early, and what an exciting like position to be in. It doesn't happen often in life where I feel like you know, we get such an opportunity.
Yes.
So yeah, I lessons learned. So we talked a little bit. You talked a little bit about the lessons you learned from your first drop. I want to kind of hear more about like your experience buying the crypto. Like how was that?
Oh, that was a learning experience. It was, I got it done, but it took me several tries to buy it because
Okay.
I've never done it before.
I'm so proud of you because I know what that's like. Like I'm so proud of you for toughing through that and figuring it out, because it is a lot of us like, okay.
Yeah, what am I reading? What am I looking at? But once now I've got the hang of it now. It just took me a little bit of playing around with it, but now I got the hang of it.
Sweet. Yeah, it actually does get so much easier.
Yeah. I actually lost money because I have like 3 different wallets somehow, just trying to figure out how to do it at first. So I ended up using like 3 different sites to make wallets, and then I was gonna send myself some crypto, and I sent like one type of coin to an account that only accepts a certain kind of coin. Just like my money just like in space somewhere. But that was nobody's fault but my own, because I was not paying attention.
Yeah, see, that's a, you know, lesson learned, because there's different like different networks, you know, there's the smart chain, and then there's, you know, the Ethereum mainnet, and
That's what had happened. I had sent something to an like Ethereum only account. But it's a learning experience and I'm having fun, and now I've got the hang of it.
nice. I'm really though, it does say like anybody who's able to kind of go through that process and
Mhm.
just keep troubleshooting, be like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out, like just step by step, figure it out. I just really, you know, respect and admire those people, because I know what that process is like. And a lot of people stop before, you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
if it's like a click of a button, like PayPal or something, you know, like they stop, but it's like, no, keep going. Like you will be
yeah.
for your effort, you know, like that's the, you know, price of being an early adopter. And you
Yeah.
know, anything is kind of having to clunk through things that's not been made completely easy and streamlined just yet.
And I feel like everyone's kind of learning together, and it's such a strong community that like there's always people that if you have questions, people willing to answer. Um, don't give your wallet code out to anybody.
No, no.
Never.
People message you, there is never a reason anybody will need to know your keys or your seed phrase or your like password or anything. There's no reason anybody ever needs to know that. So if somebody contacts you and says they do, they're full of shit. Just run. Just
That's one mistake I've been seeing people make. I'm like, no, don't do that.
and you get better at spotting scammers
Oh,
too. Yeah, that happens. It's definitely that. So MH says, Polly, don't worry if you don't have a pet. I have cats. I'm a cat person. I have 2
I
cats.
like cats.
I live in town and I just can't commit to a dog. I don't have like appropriate yard. I would have, it would be walks, and I'm not in a position in life right now to be a dog owner, but I do love dogs. But
And I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's a good place.
oh, fantastic.
He's my baby.
So I guess one of my last questions was, what advice would you give to new adult NFT creators?
Be creative. Stay true to yourself. Do what you know is creative to you and what you feel like doing. and have fun. Don't be afraid to experiment or try something new, because I was painting and doing Photoshop, and that's not something that I have a background in. Like, I don't come from like an art background, but I'm having fun with it and still producing something cool. So just don't be afraid to like step out of your comfort zone and try something different.
Yeah, that's great. I really thought your pieces were stunning. You did a wonderful job. So I'm really excited to see like as you keep going with it because it's just gonna get like so much better. And they were already good. So like getting better.
Thank you so much. And I love yours. Like, your art, guys, if you don't follow her, it's incredible. Awesome.
So okay, then I think the very last question then I have is what is the most exciting thing about NFTs to you? Like what's like maybe one or two of the things that like really kind of got your attention about it that made you be like, this is something I do want to get involved in.
Um, well, I love how open-ended it is. Like, it's a digital asset, but it's not just pictures or videos. It could be sound effects, music, anything digital that you could think of, voice recordings, art, digital art, paint, and the unlockables. That's so cool to me too, that you can include like a physical copy with something digital and add like a different dimension to the art that you're getting. And I think I mentioned it earlier, but one thing I love is that like the artist can be so authentic. You know what I mean? Like, you can see where your art is going. You're getting it directly, essentially directly from the artist. And I love that. I think that's going to be the future of art.
Yes, I think so too. It's really is a revolution for artists and creators. And even if you are, an adult content creator and you want to get into NFTs and you don't have like any artistic skills at all, like you can totally just sell your stuff as is. And you know what I mean? But like Ginger was saying, it is a kind of a cool opportunity to learn something new or to kind of like expand upon like how do I present this work? Because to me, NFTs like aren't a whole replacement for like my subscription sites or my clip sites, but rather like a way to snapshot like the really special moments and create like anchor points. Because of the, thousands of photos and videos, that I've ever released, it's like some of them are really spectacular, but they don't really have a chance to be spectacular or to be anything more than just another piece of content, right? So,
Uh,
but with NFTs, like you can really capture like those special moments and make them sort of immortal by, putting them on the blockchain in this way.
Absolutely. It lasts forever. It's so personal, I feel like.
Yeah, and then people can like connect more. So if I were to buy an NFT that had unlockable content, I could sell that NFT and sell the content with it, which is like like that puts the whole system like on its head, I feel like, because like in no other way would it be acceptable for somebody to sell my content.
Right.
I could sell somebody a specific folder or a set of content, but it would be completely inappropriate and wrong of them to resell that, right? But with NFTs, it's like we've given them the permission to do that. Like you can resell it.
Yes. I think that's just amazing. Uh,
Yeah, pretty cool. And it gives more opportunities for supporters and fans to become investors, because if somebody really believes in your work, then and they buy your NFT, and if they're more than just a collector, if they plan on selling like reselling it one day, then it's to in their best interest to help you promote your work, right? So now they're like a part of your work, right? Because they're invested in it actually, and not just like a fan or a supporter who's supporting you. It's like they're able to support, but it's in another way. That's pretty fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anybody in the chat, like that was all the questions I have. And I'm really thank you. It was really awesome to meet you and to hear about your NFTs. Make sure you guys check out Triple X Nifty. Go check out the NFTs. Go buy them. Buy NSFW tokens and yeah, support NFT adult content creators. Because one thing that I ran into in I've been making NFTs for almost 10 months. And in my first few months, something that I noticed was like a lot of the collectors, they liked the erotic art or the adult arts, but they didn't really feel comfortable buying them or holding them.
Right.
And so we need more people to openly support
Yes.
the adult arts and the erotic arts in a way where you are willing to buy NFTs and hold them in your wallet and display them, and just be like a supporter in that way. Because yeah, a lot of people try to shut down the erotic arts, and it really isn't given the love that it really.
Because it's art, so it needs to be viewed, you know.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, I mean, unless you have anything else to talk about today, we can wrap it up. If anybody in the chat has any questions, Pinky Pirate said, "I wonder where I've seen Ginger Lei before." Somebody on Twitter today too.
Hey.
People like see, they're like, "I know her." I don't know how I know her, but I know her.
Well, thank you so much, Annie, for having me on today. I love all that you're doing
Same.
and love your art. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for meeting with me today. And yeah, good luck with your NFTs. And I look forward to seeing, more of your work in the future. And thank you, everybody who viewed this. And
I hope you guys have a good day.
all right, bye, everyone. Take care.